Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fat Loss Basics. I actually think I used my old name the other day. Don't call me skinny. It's definitely been a minute since I've done that, but sometimes I actually have to think about it first before I do anything. I have to actually think about it before I say it. So welcome back, you guys. Okay, we are another week. We are officially on Christmas break in our house. We are, there goes my little cord for my headphones. We are, currently 3 days away from Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas. I feel like it's a crazy time right now. I feel like it's absolutely nuts. And so let's see. I'm trying to find all my notes here. I'm sorry. I thought I had it pulled up and then I have to switch through screens and then I don't know what it is. Okay, let's see. I think we got it. Okay, here we go. 3 days away from Christmas. Finally, I think my household is not sick anymore. I think this is we finally hit our point here where we're all at least on the mend. Some of us still have some coughs, but we all actually are human. I'm pretty excited for my kids. They recertified for lifeguarding this last weekend, which is super cool to see where they started. I remember at the very beginning of spring last year when they went for their training, they were like, oh my God, I don't know anything. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And they were really worried and panicked about the tests that they had to take, all the stuff. And then this time it's really cool to see that all of the quote unquote practicing that they did all summer, which every day they went to work, they practiced technically, all the additional trainings that they did. They each only got one wrong this time on the test. They didn't even really study for it. Jaden was so panicked because she's like, oh my God, we didn't even talk about these things until today. I'm like, yeah, but because now you can recall this information. And it's honestly just a great testament to putting things into practice consistently, and then you're able just to recall it, and it's wonderful. So we are actually going to talk a little bit about being consistent. And so here we go. Let's talk about it. We were talking about why you cannot out-restrict a craving. And here's what I'm going to say about cravings. I feel like people think these are the nemesis. They think these are the bad guys. Cravings are terrible. Cravings are not good. Cravings mean I'm broken. Cravings mean I need to be fixed. Cravings mean there's something wrong with me, right? And we often get these cravings from extreme restriction. So I talk a lot about food noise. And because that's the rage right now, all the GLP-1s, they quiet the food noise, they turn down the food noise, they do all these things. But I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, which is we create the food noise. We do it to ourselves. Okay. It's this constant loop. And maybe you don't know what food noise is if you're new to the show or just kind of don't do a lot of social media. Maybe you don't know what food noise is. So let me explain that first. And this is just what you will see as a constant loop being should I eat it? Can I eat it? Did I eat too much? Did I not eat enough? What am I eating later? Should I have saved these calories for a different day or a different time of day, right? Why did I eat this? What is for dinner? Can I have a snack? Should I go out for lunch? If I go out for lunch, can I go out for dinner? I'm going out for dinner. Should I even go out for lunch, right? All of these things. This is what food noise is. And so if you are experiencing this, it's not because you have an obsession with food for the wrong reasons, okay? Or you don't have the discipline that you need to have or the willpower. It's because you're often restrictive, too restrictive, okay? And remember that we want to become the woman who quiets the food noise because we've created it, right? We want to quiet the food noise and we don't want to white-knuckle it. We don't want to shame it. We don't want to make it mean something about us that it doesn't mean. We literally want to just let it be and understand why it's here and then understand what are the steps to getting out of it. How do I change this for myself now, right? And the reason I say that restriction is the issue, restriction is the problem, is it because it does just what I said. It creates this obsession about everything. People will often be like, oh, I can't track my calories or I can't track my food because it leads to obsession, because I'm always wondering about, does this fit? How do I make the macros work? Am I going to go over? Am I going to be under? Did I get enough protein in? Right? But we create this obsessiveness, right? And so when we tell ourselves you can't have this, you're not allowed to eat that, or we become obsessive about the things, the brain doesn't go, oh, we're just not going to eat this. The brain actually goes, holy shit, where's the fucking thing that you said I can't have? Find it, eat it, store it, save it, eat it fast because somebody's going to take this away from me, right? AKA I'm being chased by a bear. You better find it, you better eat it, and you better just shove it down your throat as fast as you can because somebody's going to take that away, right? So when you ban chocolate, all you want is chocolate. When you say, I can't eat carbs, suddenly it's like we're dreaming of bread, right? When you cut out the sugar because sugar is awful, all of a sudden it's like, those donuts are actually starting to talk to me. Like they're saying things in my head. Okay. And so we have to understand that this is what the actual body and brain do when we restrict. It creates obsessiveness. It creates constant food noise. It creates the I can't have it, so I want it, right? It's that whole like, don't look down. Just don't look down. Just don't do it. Well, what do you want to do? Fucking look down, right? You can't go over the speed limit of 35. Oh my God, I just want to go 36 and see what happens. I just want to do it because now I was told I can't. Right? My sister, I don't talk about this a lot. I don't talk about this sister very often, but her at the time husband literally told her she was not allowed to enter the military. She was not allowed to enlist in the military. And guess what she did? She said, how about you hold my motherfucking beer? Now I'm going to go do this thing you told me I'm not allowed. So every single time that we tell ourselves you can't and you're not allowed, and we use this, in my opinion, kind of negative language around things, all you want to do is your brain just wants it more. It craves it more. It desires it more. Okay. So it's not necessarily a lack of discipline. It's really more like your brain is just wanting it to be satisfied then. And so the cycle looks like restrict, food noise volume gets turned up, cravings get high and intensify. You say, no, you're pumping that brake even harder. Eventually you're like, fuck it. You hit the fuck it button. You eat way more than you would have if you would have just eaten it to begin with. Then you shame yourself. You make yourself feel like a bag of shit. You restrict again. And boom. So you cannot out restrict this craving because eventually you're going to hit a point where there is no point. It's going to be the breaking point and you are not going to win. You are not going to win. Okay. And that's the problem. Not the craving itself, but the fight that you fucking put up. You have been told and taught and preached to that you have to resist this. You can't give in. You have to say no. You have to be strong. But fighting a craving, this is gold. Fighting a craving is like holding that beach ball underwater. Eventually, that bitch is going to come up and smack you in the fucking face. And it's going to hurt. It might even cut you because, sometimes like beach balls have those like hard plastic lines where they're put together, right? It's a violent experience, okay? It can be painful. It can be uncomfortable and it can hurt, right? But what actually is going to work is to stop treating these cravings like they are the bad guy, like they are the enemy, and understand that they're actually valuable information, okay? When we are doing this, there's a piece. We need to start gathering this data that our body is giving us, right? We have to understand, right? Women will literally do this. No fucking lie. They're going to eat 6 quote unquote healthier, better for you, quote unquote good foods or alternatives, trying to just avoid the thing that they actually want instead of eating the cookie, because one cookie isn't going to derail you. Okay. One cookie won't, but the things that you think are healthy that are going to prevent you from getting to that cookie are like, you eat, 6 fucking rice cakes that have no fucking flavor on them. They taste like fucking cardboard. You maybe throw a protein bar in there because hashtag got to get my protein in. And then you're like, okay, I don't actually like rice cake, so I'm going to slather some fucking almond butter or Nutella or something all over them because I don't want to eat the cookie. But now you've already outdone yourself in calories alone by eating all of these things that don't actually satisfy the thing that you want. And you want to know what else it does? It turns the fucking food noise up like crazy. The volume goes higher and higher and higher. Why? Because that's not what your brain wanted. Your brain didn't actually want the shitty ass rice cakes with the nut butter on them and the fucking protein bar. It's like we try to trick ourselves like, oh, this protein bar, it's like a candy bar, so it's close to a cookie. Stop lying to yourself. Oh, these rice cakes, I'll just put some. I actually enjoy rice cakes, especially caramel ones. I do. I like them. But I also, if I want a cookie, I'm going to eat a fucking cookie. Okay? So let's do what I call the craving check-in. What does this look like? Okay? The next time you have this craving, I want you to stop. I want you to pause. I want you to take a breath, right? For 5, 10 seconds, something like that. It's going to feel like a really long ass time. And I want you to check in with yourself. Am I hungry? Am I emotional? Am I bored? Am I doing this because it's what I always do? And then you can make a choice. Am I having it? And if I am, I'm going to have it on purpose. If I am, I know that it's going to be a choice that I'm making versus a choice that I'm just doing because I'm bored or because it's the norm or because I'm fucking pissed off, right? And then we have to move forward so that one choice doesn't own the whole day. It doesn't define it. It doesn't grab a hold of it. It doesn't ruin it. It doesn't fuck it up. It's just a choice. And when that choice comes from a place of power versus a place of randomness and really emotionally eating, bored eating, habitual eating, it's just random shit, right? It's what we're doing to cope typically, okay? When we are coming from that place, coming from a place of power versus coming from a place of randomness, oftentimes we don't get the guilt and the shame that comes and associates with it. Right? It's like I made a choice. I actively made this choice. I'm going to own this choice and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to move forward. And I know that it's not going to ruin everything because my one cookie that I really just wanted to have is still probably better than the rice cakes and the nut butter and the protein bar that I'm just trying to prevent from eating this cookie, which to be fucking clear, you're probably still going to eat the fucking cookie anyway. And then you're going to go, I should have just eaten. Okay. Obviously that wants to be down today. I should have just eaten the cookie. I should have just eaten the cookie. Because you ended up there anyway. And you know you're going to end up there. So make it an honest to God choice to be there. Okay. And so this is what I teach clients. We don't come from a place of demonizing these cravings that we're having. They're there for a reason. We learn. We try to understand them. We try to get curious about them. Because this is going to be normal. And especially ladies who are in their prime age of perimenopause and menopause, these are just going to increase. Why? Because your hormones are doing all sorts of funky stuff. So the more consistent that you can be with the foundations of that, the more consistent you're going to be able to field these cravings that are going to be coming in. Okay? You're going to have cravings for the rest of your life in some way, shape, or form. In some way, shape, or form, you're going to have these cravings. And the question becomes, are you going to let them control you? Are you going to let them run your life? Are you going to let them be the thing that prevents you from getting to where you want to go? Or are you going to fucking sit in the driver's seat, stay on the field, and learn, what do they mean? What are they telling me? And how do I handle them? So once you stop fighting this food noise, once you stop fighting the cravings and start navigating it, the food noise quiets. The volume gets turned down. The obsession becomes less. And you stop feeling out of control and start feeling like you actually have a say in what the fuck is happening. Okay? So if your fat loss strategy currently, or the one that you're about ready to start come 2026, January 1, we're only like 9 days away, and it requires you to cut out food groups and to never think that you're going to have a piece of cake again or a cookie in this space, right? It's not going to work. I'm just going to be super fucking honest with you. if it constantly leaves you thinking about food 24/7, if it constantly has you obsessing over every little fucking thing that you do and every bite you put in your mouth, and it leaves you second guessing every single choice that you make for your food, that is not sustainable. And that is not what you're going to need. And that honestly is probably the same shit that you keep choosing over and over and over and over and over again. You want to become the woman who handles these things, where you stand up to them, where you say, you know what? I know that we're going to have to coexist here together. We're going to have to figure this out together because you're not going away. And guess what, bitch? I'm not either. I'm not going away either. So we're going to have to fucking figure it out. Right? And you can do that without the feeling of losing control over everything. Remember that you want to be a woman that works with her body and that does not fight it every step of the way. So if you're interested, links in the show notes, okay? The diet cycle assessment. This is literally just the Fix My Fat Loss assessment wrapped up in a different way. There's actually different questions on here because what I have done, and I haven't really talked about this a whole heaping lot, is I've talked about this framework briefly in little spurts here and there, but I have now taken my Fix My Fat Loss assessment and revamped it to an even better questionnaire for you to fill out. And this helps me figure out, where are you in my method? Where are you at on the restart of the diet cycle over and over again? Okay. Because then I can figure out where you're at and where's this showing up and what should your next step be after. Okay. So you are going to see it as a different name in the link in the show notes. It's going to be called the Diet Cycle Assessment, the DCA, you know how we do it, like, you know, military families. So again, if you're interested in that, also a Fat Loss Basics group coaching where we go through the entire diet dropout method is still open until January 1st. So if you're interested in that as well, you can click the link in the show notes and we can get you in and get going. And we don't have to wait until January 1, you guys. You can start today. Click it. Let's go. Stop fucking waiting. Stop saying until it's perfect. Stop wondering if it's the right time. Today's the right time. Now is the right time. And if it's not today, it's never. So now is it. All right. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. If you're celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you just got finished celebrating Hanukkah, I hope you had a wonderful 8 days of Hanukkah. Enjoy time with family and friends for that as well. And I will catch you guys on Friday's episode. There will be an episode. So come back on Friday, the day after Christmas, and let's hit the next episode.